So we are going to be drawing an orthographic drawing using the isometric image that is on the board without a drafting board. Let's do it. Okay. So this is our practice image that we have on the board. First thing we have to note is our scale. Every 1 unit is equal to ½ an inch. So there's two ways you can go about it. You can either convert for every single one of these, or you can convert them all at once. I'm going to convert them one at a time. So I'm going to start with my front view, which is located at the bottom left-hand corner of the page. I like this nice flat edge, so I'm going to start here. So I get my ruler. Uh-oh, I got to figure out how many inches I got to draw. So let's set up an equation. 8 units times half. Well, that's small. Let me get a free sheet. 8 units times 1/2 inch per unit. So I can put 8 over 1, and I'm looking for some common numbers here. Okay, I can divide this by 2. Becomes 4. This becomes 1. Equals 4 inches. Boom. My bottom line is now going to be 4 inches. So I line up with my graph paper, and I draw a 4-inch line. Boom! Off to a good start. Next, I'm going to follow this left edge. 3. I'm going to do it again. 3 units times ½ an inch per unit equals, I can't divide out my 3, so it becomes 3 over 2. 3 minus 2 equals 1, and 1 is remaining, so it's 1½ inches. So I go ahead, set up my ruler, 1½ inches, boom, done. Now, I look at my image, and it doesn't tell me here, but the back should be the same width as the front, so it's 3. We just did 3, so it's 1½ inches. Boom! We're making progress. 1. I know that one of them is ½ an inch, so I'm going to go ahead and draw ½ an inch. Upwards, because it's vertical in this picture. Same deal. Don't have this number, but I got this one. So, 1.5 inches, based on the math I did earlier. 1.5 inches. Done. Now we go down 2. Right there. 2 halves is a whole. So I drop my line down 2 4/4. There we go. 1 inch. I'm going to do the same here, because it's 2. And boom. Last one. We don't even have to measure. Connect the dots, and we're good. Front view is finished. Now, I'm going to move to the top view. For the top view, you have to make sure that your sides line up to the top view. So I'm going to line up my ruler. I'm going to move up my page to give some space for measurements, and I'm going to draw my 2-inch line. 2 inches because we have a depth of 4. 4 halves is 2 inches. Okay, now this front edge is a little tricky, but it's actually just going to be a straight line, because if I'm a little person looking down at it, I'm just going to see that edge of this rectangular type of surface, and it's going to be the same width. So what I can do, follow this line to know where to start, and I'm going to do my 2 inches. Now I'm going to close my rectangle. Almost done. If I'm a tiny person looking down at this object, I would be able to see these edges sticking up. So to represent these, I line up my ruler, and I'm going to put object lines all the way through my top view. Beautiful. Last thing that we have to do is our side view. Side view, same deal. We're able to line it up because it's going to share the height of the front view. Now, my depth is going to be the same here as it is here. My depth here is 2 inches. I'm going to make a 2-inch line right here. And similarly to how this is straight, this is just going to look like a square because I'm going to see, if I'm a little person looking this way, I'm going to see this section and this section, but I won't see this surface. So I'm going to make my square. The height will be the same, so I line it up. Line it up. And last but not least, I'm going to add an object line for this edge that I see. We're nearly there. There's an extra type of line. This is bonus, but it's called a hidden line. So hidden lines are just dotted lines, and those represent object lines that we can't see from that view. So if I'm a little guy looking this way, I see this edge, but I don't see this edge, but it's there. So what I do is I draw a hidden line across my object. Done. Good job.